it's unbecoming of a Prime Minister to, in a way, introduce his new ministers when they were recently appointed and they went to Kokopo. There could have been a better way to introduce the ministers. Instead of going down the path of saying, "Ni give him checkbook lol, yang kloman na, all bagarabim so, all bagarabim all right mo some personal loan lol na, ni rausim na give him checkbook lol, all blasini man." I think he could have said it like, I thank the former Finance Minister who's been faithfully, serving the government, helping me hold government together for the last 5 years. I know his contributions. I thank the people of Finchafen for electing him, and he was able to support me to form a government, hold together a government. And on that juncture, I wish him well, and at the same time, I appoint this leader to be the new Finance Minister. Now, when he said, Nipla Minister Solim checkbook, I'm former Finance Minister. I could say the same thing for him when he was Finance Minister. Molim checkbook 8 years from now. When Peter O'Neill was Prime Minister. 8 years Molim checkbook. That statement could simply apply to him as well. To say that Molim checkbook for 8 years. Members and ministers and everyone knows that. We ministers don't hold the checkbook like in private Benukla. There are processes in place. There are systems in place. And we operate within the space of our budget. So for him to say that Miplolim checkbook was a personal something, na Miplo not threaten good, is unbecoming of a Prime Minister. And he should not have this emotional short outburst, knee-jerk reaction to statements that he's saying in most of his speeches. So, meeting him should care about. Thank you, former Finance Minister. Helping me. Leadership bill, contribution bill, government me noting. Now I'm go now me making minister. Rise above the politics. He's just maybe so, and a bit politically so from me exiting government and exiting for the last 2 or 3 months. But he forgets that I was with him. Who I was, he's talking about who I am now. And he forgets who I was to him in 5 years. And most of the members in government, they know who I was to Prime Minister. My loyalty, my contribution, my commitment to him in the last 5 years is unquestionable, and I was loyal to him. Just because I have chosen to leave government, it's feeling a bit sore to say that I've reduced the checkbook. So, you think Prime Minister can, introduce his new ministers with a form of, grace and rising above as a senior statesman. He holds the highest office in this country. Prime Minister talk even to thank you na. Thank you Lord only office na helping you for 5 years. Then you can introduce a new minister. You don't need to spoil the guy who stayed with you for 5 years just because he's left you for 5 months, and you want to introduce whoever who's capable of running any department. We're not saying it's wrong. It's your prerogative as Prime Minister to appoint.